Doing it, so some who have also but 1 hour
Right.
So you line the left. Awesome. So, I won't be here during our meeting, but I'll come. Okay.
A couple more.
I know, and I've heard it.
Yeah. Okay. Award ceremony. Time. And Mr. Snazzy Dresser in the back was there, Mr. Congeniality, and you guys swept. I mean, Carrie, well done, everybody, Del Cheros, you guys, I was so excited to see numbers that you guys are producing. It was pretty fun. It was really crazy. And I gotta say, Sarah Bullard can work a dance floor. Oh my gosh. And I'm like, wait, she has how many kids and she can move like that? I was really impressed. Those of you who don't know, that you don't know who I'm talking about, you were there. She can move. Silver, yeah. Silver.
Very sequiny.
Girl can move. Oh my gosh, it's like, yeah, move on top of moves. Anyways, I was impressed. So, well, you guys, thank you for being here. We're going to get started. It is 11 o'clock, even though that says it's 11:05. So glad that you guys are here. Tell me something good. What are you grateful for? Now, for those of you who are new, I'm not going to embarrass you. But for those of you who this is your first time here, we always start out with gratitude. So gratitude is, it carries us through just about anything. What's interesting is I had a conversation with my coach this morning and, you know, and I was just like, I'm a little stressed. We are just back from family reunion. I've got all this stuff that we need to be doing and blah, blah, blah. And he said, so 2 things, your homework. Number 1, write out every single thing you're grateful for. That's a good idea, right? Okay, I'll write everything that I'm grateful for. He said, and then I want you to write a list of everything that you're not going to do. That's good. He's like, because you have all these ideas, you have all these things you want to do, you have all of this stuff that you want to implement, but not everything. You cannot be perfect. You will come to team meetings, you'll come to classes, you'll go to conferences, you're going to learn, you're going to do all this stuff, and you know what's going to happen? You're going to want to do it all, right? Michael, you're going to want to do it all. And you do it all.
Yeah.
Why do we think we have to do it all? I mean, seriously, why do we think we have to do it all, right? We don't. We don't have to do it all, because if we try to do it all, something is going to compromise. Something is gonna break, right? If we try to do it all. So your brain, your body, right? Your brain, your body, something's gonna break. So gratitude. So I'm gonna write out my list. So, tell me something you're grateful for today, Carrie.
I've got to say, I've got the fabulous Miss Lauren Rubin with me today. She
Lauren.
is a longtime friend, client, hairstylist, future realtor, and I will add to this as well, that the first house we bought together was listed by a Miss Robin Lemon. Who
No
took a
way.
chance. Together as well after doing that, and now she's been sold at home and moved on. Yeah. Thank you.
I love that. And then you're very good. Something you're grateful for. I love that. All right, who's next? What are you grateful for this morning? Kathy Ray.
I have one.
I'm thankful for my job, which allows me to do what I want to do and set my own schedule, which allows me to volunteer at an elementary school where my son's girlfriend is a second grade teacher. And so I was there this morning, and second graders are incredible.
Aren't
They really are. And I'm thankful for them. And I love that I know them, and when she lives with us, and when she gets home in the afternoon, I'll say, okay, what happened today? And, you know, she'll tell me about, you know, something funny that happened. And my kids are so grown and my grandchildren are far away, and I don't get to see it, and children are just magical.
It's true. It's true. They really are. I was FaceTiming with my little 10-month-old grandson, and he's learned how to say wow. And so the whole thing was, wow, wow. And it was just, so yeah, it's priceless. There's nothing like babies. That's awesome. All right, one more. Give me one more. Something you're grateful for, Marcia.
I'm grateful, I get married. Our wedding is in Jamaica.
Oh, wow. It's all about that. I love it. Do you want this? No. No, not even 50 calories. All right, all right, grateful. Thank you so much, you guys. Gratitude really does mean something. And when when you get to be, when we get too stressed or we get too focused on the things that we have to do, sometimes we forget to count our blessings. And so thank you for counting your blessings this morning. Okay, who's gonna win? I have a great book I need to give away.
I don't have that one.
Okay. Now, for those of you who were at family reunion, raise your hands who were at family reunion. You may not answer this. Because you know already. And how many of you were in Jason Abrams' recap of family reunion yesterday? 1, 2, 3. You cannot answer that. All right, are you ready? Okay, you ready? How many, the two-part question. So the first part of the question is, how many homes, don't raise your hand yet, first person raises their hand, gotta have it right, keep on going, right? The first part of the question is, how many homes were sold in the United States in 2021? And how many were sold in 2022? Ready? Go. Whoa, okay. Let me make it easy. Did we sell more or less homes in 2022 than we did 2021? Less. By what percentage or by what number do you think?
40%.
That was a guess. That was a guess. And, all right, are you ready? In 2021, there were 6.1 million homes sold throughout the United States. 6.1 million transactions. Now, this isn't part of the quiz, but just to have a little fun with it, how many leads, how many internet leads were sold to agents in that year? It's an outrageous number. I'll help you out with that. 6.1 million transactions. How many leads were sold? 24 million. No,
75 million.
higher. 1.21 million leads were sold to agents for 6 million. 121 million
I thought you said
leads.
one.
That's what I did, didn't I?
Yeah.
121 million were sold to agents.
Wow.
They made it being sold.
Wow.
121 million leads for 6.1 million transactions. 22 times more. That tells you something. What does that tell you?
Zillow and Realtor.com are filling our listings and selling our stuff.
Thank you. Over and over and over and over and over and over. So does it pay to buy internet leads?
No, absolutely.
Especially when you have a 100-to-1 conversion ratio. You gotta have 100 conversations just to get one lead. How does that make sense when you buy leads on average and that lead costs you on average $300-400 per lead? Does that make sense? Does it make sense if you've maxed out your database and you do need internet leads, you do need more leads because you've maxed out your database? Does it make sense at that point to run ads and generate your own leads on the internet?
Yes.
Yes, but should we pay somebody and then give them a 30 fee? 121 million leads, right? So is there an easy button in real estate?
No.
We want there to be an easy button. We really do. Okay,
Can I share real quick? the
Yes,
mic
please
drop
do.
From Jason's recap yesterday, which I was like.
he was
so-
hilarious.
I love him. He's adorable and I love how, like, he's done talks for our office
Yeah,
before, like
yeah.
during Zoom time.
Yeah.
He said, if you are talking to people you don't know, you're stupid. And I was like, well, you're right.
I know your
Like,
comment.
you know enough
It was a
people.
mic drop comment. Mhm.
Like, don't be calling people you don't know. Don't cold call people. Talk to people you do know.
Yeah. I mean, he was on this, Jason Abrams was on fire. He was hilarious. What'd you get?
Way to get that recording to the.
I hope so. Somebody asked me about that. Mike said, the slides are definitely coming to us. So, I was told, the team leaders would be getting, the materials and I haven't gotten them yet.
Cause it was really
It was
great.
so good.
I've already used stuff out of it twice for one,
It was so
once for
good.
my family, once for somebody else, so.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was amazing.
Yeah, it really was. So for those of you who don't know who Jason Abrams is, he is the VP of Industry and Development for KW. Also a big HGTV star, has done lots of flips, and the dude was absolutely hilarious yesterday. I was literally laughing out loud, and some of his comments were shocking. I was like, he just said that. He said that out loud. It was hilarious. So yeah, 6.1 million. How many were sold in 2022? Go for it, Kimberly. 5 million. So we went from 6.1 million homes sold in 2021 to 5 million in 2022. Anybody have any idea what Gary is estimating? And those of you who are at family reunion, yes, you can answer.
4 million.
4.3.
Yeah, right.
4 million, 3. Now, we're gonna look at some slides here in a few minutes, that I think is gonna be, there you go, thank you. And I think it's gonna really help you because it's either gonna do two things for you. It's either gonna make you feel discouraged, which I don't want to happen, or it's gonna put a fire under you to say, if homes are being sold, I want them, right? I want that business. It's your unfair share. Or you can say, oh my gosh, this is just too hard. I'm getting out now. So how many of you have a defeatist mentality? I thought so. Awesome. Okay, good lunch today, yes?
Yes.
Amanda? Thank you very much for the lunch. We appreciate you so very much. So let's go ahead and jump into our alliance partners. Amanda, come on up here. Since you brought lunch, please come on up and talk to us a little bit. Everybody, let's give Amanda some love.
Really gets all the credit for lunch, but. Good morning, everyone. For those that don't know who I am, my name is Amanda, with McMichael and Gray. And Erica from our marketing department. We're so excited to be here. We are so awesome, very happy to be a new alliance partner with you all. I know you guys probably have this sheet like 5 or 6 times, but we have passed out our office locations because I think we have almost 30 offices in 6 states in the Southeast region. So we'd love the opportunity to earn your business. And again, my office is right there, second door on the left. So I am normally always here if you need questions, advice, whether we're handling your transaction or not. And we also, and you can provide better details, but we do have a free CE class coming up. It's actually a fairly exciting CE class. It's got our managing partner, Randy McMichael, is one of the co-teachers with the class. And he is a ball full of energy, just like Robin. So I think it would actually be, a great one to attend. And it's going to be here in this location, March 13th.
Yes.
Is that right?
11 and 2, and it's about building your foundation, new construction. That's actually the name of it. And it just kind of gives you more of an insight on how to work with builders, because, it's a little bit different. And one of the instructors is actually David Hagan. He used to work for Smith Douglas Homes for I think 15 or 20 years. So he kind of knows his terms. Yeah, it's a good class.
Yeah.
And it's a
Great.
3-part series. So it's 9 total credits, but each class is 3 C credits. There's lunch, yeah.
Definitely lunch.
You said that's on the 13th?
The 13th,
And we'll send out more information too.
11 to 2.
Yes.
Yeah, and so there should be information sent out to be able to register for the class.
Yeah, Melody will send out an invite.
Yeah, so the last one that we had, gosh, it was around 70 or 80 people that came.
Yeah.
So it fills up fairly quickly. So I really encourage you to attend. I think it'd be very beneficial and informational.
Guys,
So-
these classes are opened up to other companies
Yes.
to come as well. So if you want to be in that class, please sign up quickly and get here early.
Great marketing opportunity too, to meet all these other agents.
That's
and-
right.
And network, so,
Yeah.
but yeah, I think we also have maybe.
Oh yeah, we're doing a giveaway. Okay, so this one, we're doing scratch offs today. We're gonna switch it up a little bit. Do not scratch them off until it's time. You wanna help me with just give them that.
Paper clips?
Thank you.
Yeah. Stop. All the line. Wow. That is.
With these, Erica.
Okay, so if you guys are ready, does everybody have paper clips or a penny? Last time I went to the bank to get a roll of pennies, they were very confused. I was like, I just need 50 cents and they were like, what is that? Very hard to describe. All right, you guys ready? Amanda, do you have one for her? All right, you guys, go ahead.
We got that one?
What are we winning? 2 Starbucks gift cards. So there's 2 winners out there.
Yeah.
You asked.
One?
There's one more on there, no? Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, we got it. Oh, sorry. Well, thank you all.
All right. Thank you, Amanda and Erica. Appreciate you guys. All right, Kathy, come on up. What's happening in the mortgage industry? Everybody does see Kathy. Some love.
Those that I have not met or don't know me, I'm Kathy Vitale. I'm your lender partner. Tammy Mills on our team. We've got Dominic visiting shelter. Want to see the energy in this office. So invited him over. So y'all say hello to him later. He actually was attached to the Mark Spain, so he knows some people. in the- So excited to have him. So FHA changed the government insurance. It's already changed. So every closing starting yesterday, we changed in the system. They're gonna get the benefit of that, lowering their payment. We're gonna send this out so you can read through it to use, for your scripts. Got a little, flyer, whatever you call it, for it. I looked at numbers. I said, okay, that $800 savings on a $800 a year, savings on a $265,000 loan amount is equivalent at 6.5 to 10,000 more in buying power. So if you circle this around, the payment gets lower and they can take advantage of that, or they can buy 10,000 more in house. In a $359,000 loan amount, that's a 13,750. It's 6.5. And a 467.7, $18,500 more house.
Well,
So it is helping. It doesn't seem like a lot when you say, oh, it's $1,400 a year. Well, put that down to payment, put that down to debt ratio, put that down to more house. And that's what we'll be discussing, with our buyers that pre-qualified in the past. We're gonna have to catch them up on, hey, you could raise that sales price a little bit if you want to down. Let's look at the new rate, let's look at the payment, because it's all about cash to close and payment, right? The perfect house, but what does it take to get into them they're comfortable with? The other slide that we have is just the shelter 6. Again, all that's going to give you is just bullet points to talk about. The interest rates the last couple of weeks have gone up to about what November was, without points and origination. Some people may be close to 7%. But they can still buy them down. We can still do the 2-1 buy down. We can still talk about the short-term plan and the long-term plan to make sure that everything is, again, what are they doing with the house? Marrying a house. What are they doing with the rate? And or divorcing it. So at some point. So just remember that. We also have another flyer that I'm working on that's going to give you information. Kathy and I and a couple of us talked about it. We're going to look at what happened in price cost in 2022 around this range, and what are they paying for that house now? what the interest rate was then versus now, y'all, they're still winning. They're winning and getting more equity because they're paying less for the house. We're not in so much of a bidding war. We're starting to see a bidding war somewhat in most price range, but not like it was in 2022. So when you look at the difference in a 3.5% rate and a 6.5% rate, you've really got to equate to, okay, if you would have bought in 2022, you would have lost, net lost, like, because you then are losing equity. You're keeping your house, the market, the dirt that's under that house, the market's going to take or give equity over the life of the loan, right? But the interest rate can be changed. So again, it's just a good discussion. You've got to, know their event, know their reasoning of buying or not, knowing what their key factors are. Is it the cash? Is it the payment? I talked to PC this morning and we talked about tax deductions. So if you're renting versus depending on your tax bracket, depending on what your deductions are, how much interest in a mortgage, what does that do to IRS? What does that do that you don't pay to IRS that you possibly get more back? Do a pre-tax plan. If you're sitting there and going, every year I get back 6,000, change your deduction and get that back monthly. Put that back into your mortgage payment that you're about to make. Or put that back in your savings account. So maybe we can get you into a house because of you saving the money that you need to cash. So those are conversations to have. If you're not comfortable with it, that's okay. We'll have it. We don't have to pull credit. We can talk about credit. We can talk about income. We can talk about debt. We can talk about how structuring a plan, whether it's getting the credit score better, getting the down payment from 401k, great grandmom, cousin Benny, wherever, we'll talk through every avenue.
Could you guys?
I did have an Italian husband. My husband was out of 8 kids, the only one because his dad was in overseas that got named by his mom, and he's like, Keith. Italians can't even say Keith. They don't even know that as a word. He goes, why didn't I get Benny or something like that? That's apparently this. All right, that's it. Y'all know to reach out. Again, consultations with you before you talk to the buyer. Doing joint consultations that we can do over the phone or over a Zoom or a FaceTime. Are you just connecting us with a text that we follow up on and have conversations now to get everyone ready? That's what we want to do for y'all. Any questions at all? All right, y'all have a great week. Hey, be resilient. That's my word of the day. Be resilient.
Brilliant, love it. Now, thank you, Kathy. I remember being a newer agent, and I was scared of having conversations around the finances with the buyers. Because I felt like it was too intrusive. I felt like, is it really my business to know? Yes, it is your business to know because you are going to be connecting them with the right lenders. And so you do need to get up in their business, because if you don't, and you get too far along in the transaction and then the surprise happens, that's on you because you didn't get in there. So if you're not, again, and Kathy's right, if you're not comfortable with these conversations, have them with her, right? But you've got to get in. Now, do we need to, would you say, what's your credit score? No. No, right?
Have you viewed your credit score lately? Are you monitoring it?
There you go. There you go. Do you have a lock on your credit? That's really interesting to know, because when she goes to pull credit, if there's a lock on there, then we've got to wait for that to, right? And then they need to unlock it, get that unlocked so that she can pre-qual. So there are legitimate reasons. Get into personal conversations with your buyers.
Do not make the mistake of giving them a search on a price home that you don't know if they're qualified for. You're going to ruin their opinion of any other home if they have to drop 50,000.
It's not fun. It is not fun. So, all right. Let's go back to, I know we've got Kelly in the house. Kelly Mukenda with 210 Home Warranty, everybody.
Good morning, everybody. So the question of the day, y'all know the rules. You have to raise your hand. There's no shout outs. And you have to answer it correctly.
and wait for me to ask the question. I know, right? So I'm gonna ask you a stat question for listings. How long are they usually on the market right now? How many days?
In Atlanta?
Yeah.
About 28.
65?
What she sent out today?
45.
Aha, bingo. So an average of 40 to 45 days on the market. And so as you guys know, the last couple of years, we were in a seller's market. Were sellers doing anything? Were they paying for anything? Were they offering home warranties? No. But listings were also selling within 2 hours. But now that they are on the market for an average of 40 to 45 days, anything could happen to that home, especially with the major systems and appliances. And so right now is a time to start talking to your sellers about our complimentary listing coverage. How it works is, again, we don't know how long the home's on the market for, a couple of hours, days, weeks, months, even up to a year. What we are proposing to your sellers is we will give them a free warranty during that listing period. We just ask for a commitment that they will market it with the home and that they will present it to all parties at closing. So the good thing, nothing is due up front, nothing is due until closing, and only if that home closes with a home warranty. During that listing period, if it isn't rolled through us, if we go out there, if we pay claims, if we had to replace, if the closing falls through, if they take it off the market, again, they still owe us absolutely nothing. Listing coverage is for 180 days. It can be renewed for another 180 days. They can only get the standard coverage, but the buyers, if it rolls over to buyer's coverage, they'll get a full 1-year warranty starting day of close for a full year.
You were able to pack them.
30 days from the closing date to upgrade. And then the only thing that's optional during the listing period is adding the air conditioner and heat pump coverage, which is an additional $50. That's only if they want the AC coverage during that listing period. But if they don't take that out, once it converts over to buyer coverage, AC is already included. Okay.
So do they need to pay for that $50 up front?
Not right now.
When it closes, they'll pay that additional $50.
Yes, it's gonna be soon where they're gonna be requesting them to pay that up front, but right now they're not being requested, even if we do pay anything on the AC. If it falls through, they still don't owe that money. So that's good to know right now. But you guys, I do come along with my package. You guys know I love to not only educate you guys, but I love to talk to your clients. I think it's so important that they do understand the warranty, the expectations, but better yet, there's issues. Because no one's perfect, that they can call me. I get things on track. I also, I'm here not only to sell home warranties. I want to be your partner. I want to be your resource. And so even if you don't have a home warranty and you just have questions, I do have very good knowledge with HVAC. I would love to be there for you. I also have connections, very good connections with contractors to where I can get you the best at the best pricing. So use me as that resource. But I do, again, if you haven't used me or ever used 210, I would love to be your partner today and start growing in 23. So thank you guys so much.
Thank you, Tammy. Yeah, and I applaud you. You did not try to steal that. You just like passed it along. I mean, wow. All right, tools to help you guys do more business. So, as you know, you get this slide deck at the end of the day. So, all of these are linked. So please, for the newer agents, this is a way for you to pick up some cash. For the busy agents, this is a way for you to leverage your time. So please download the app and use it. Keller Offers, Keller Concierge, Keller Covered, Insurance, right? Earnest Money. How many are using Earnest? Great, right? Have you had
It's
any
fabulous.
issues?
Only that it doesn't work with credit unions. And that was the issue that I had.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
does
they
not
don't,
work with credit unions.
well, who likes to work with credit unions? All right, thanks, Sean. awroswelltraining.com for recorded classes and on-demand training. Scott Leroy Marketing for on-demand training, and Porch.com for repair estimates. We've got Director of Technology, Sam Jackson, in the house. He slipped in the back door. Do you have any updates you want to share with us?
Oh, yeah, we went from member union. So how many of you have the command app on your phone? Cool, I'm gonna show you a quick hack without using the computer here, if that's okay. I want you to open up your command app, and I want you to click on your name in the top left-hand corner. So open up the command app and click on your name in the top left-hand corner. Oh, just got it. You should see our newest feature, just above the log out button. It now says My Digital Business Card. So you now have this really handy business card that you can have somebody scan. It will save your information to their phone. So you now. have a digital business card. Now, what I highly recommend is take a screenshot of this and just make it your phone background. Make this your lock screen. Never you can log in your manual, you have a grocery store, you want to that's out the field. And you can say, hey, I'd love to exchange contact information, take my info, and bam, now you have this business card at any moment. Yeah, that's the newest thing.
That's awesome. Yeah, best tip of the day so far. Love it, love it, love it, love it. All right, thank you for that, Sam. Everybody give Sam some love. Yeah. Okay, upcoming events, we've got Closing Pillars with McMichael and Gray. Fifth Step to Bold is tomorrow for those of you who are in Bold. License Law with Melba Franklin over at the Alpharetta office. Book Club, the one thing with Nicole Young, 6:30 to 7:30 on Wednesday night, Zoom only. MREA, how many, somebody tell me what MREA means for our newbies in the room. MREA means?
Millionaire real estate agent,
That's right. And what does it mean to be a millionaire real estate agent?
gross commissionable income of $1 million.
That's right. So you earn $1 million in commission, gross commission income. Who wants to earn $1 million this year? Right? Good. For those of you who raised your hands, raise them again. Okay, I'm looking. All right, good deal. So then Emory Roundtable, you guys, he has three, Andy Peters is our operating partner. This Thursday from 1 to 2, he has 3 MREAs on that Zoom call that are going to share with you what they are doing and have done to become MREA agents. Okay, this is worth the price of admission, right? So definitely please join in. Remember, this is being sent out to you. So please join in that new agent launch on every Friday morning from 9 to 9:30. All right. Thank you for putting this together, Raven. Isn't this nice to be able to this format? Isn't that nice? Okay, let's get clicked over to the other screen there.
The new agent launch in March. Every week, we're going to be focusing on conversation each week. So next Friday, it's going to, or this Friday, this is March, tomorrow. What happened? Will be buyer conversations, and I'll try to also bring in guests. So we're going to have Promu that'll be talking to us for the last half of that. So every week it is a topic that's different.
Awesome. Thank you, Leah. Upcoming tech training, we've got, of course, we always have In Command with Sam. And then Scott Leroy Marketing is the people that digitally connect you with all things KW. So they have on-demand, these are their on-demand classes. So please take advantage of that. All right, here we go. What does this mean?
This means that based on the number of people you have in your database, how much gross commission income you can make this year
On average.
on average.
That's
if you
right.
work your database.
If you work your database. What does it mean to work your database?
Pick up your phone and just-
Pick up your phone and talk to people and don't be stupid. Right, as Jason said, right? So look, the 201 Club, the reason why we want 201 contacts in your database is because Keller Williams loves data and they collect data on all of us. We actually can tell that when you attend at least 2 team meetings and or classes a month, you can make double the amount that people who don't take training. Well, that's a no-brainer, right? And we also know that if you have 201 people in your database and you systematically communicate with them, on average, you can make 119,000. And the more people that you have in the database that you're systematically communicating with is the more money that you're going to make. Are we nonprofits?
So
Do we need to make money to put food on the table? So get your contacts in. Get your contacts in. And we have 3 classes coming up, the 201 Club. We have, and if you need help with that, agentservices367@gmail.com. And we have 3 classes coming up. These are actual workshops. Bring your laptops. Bring your phones, bring your laptops. Your contacts will be uploaded into Command. We're going to help you put your 36 touch program to it. It is a workshop to get your people in. Don't worry about if you've got a Domino's in there. It's okay. You can leave them out. Get everybody in. Right? Am I right? Figure out Domino's, right? All right. So mark your calendars, please. 3/9, 3/16, and 3/30. Please be here 10 to 12. And if you've got 201 contacts, great. Let's get 402. Let's get 804. Let's go. Okay. Market update. Are you ready?
Ready.
Okay, let me let you know what you're. These are current active listings. These are pending listings, and these are closed listings in these counties. In these counties. So I always pull the stats in those counties because they are the greater Atlanta area. How often do you go to Bibb County, Georgia? I don't even know where it's at. I don't even know where it's at, right? Chatham County, I don't know, Drew County, I don't know where it is. So we're pulling them from the areas that where you do most of the business, right? So 1,165 closings as of the week before. We don't pull it all the way up until today because you guys are terrible about putting your closings in. No, I'm kidding. Y'all didn't even laugh. There's always a lag because offices will delay in putting their closings in. So this is as of the 21st of February, but these are current up to the 28th. I'm loving these numbers because it's been a while that we've had consistent thousands closings. I love this. We have been down last year. Where were we? Yeah, I mean, we were regularly looking at 1,100 new listings, 1,300 pendings, 1,500, 1,700 closings. So I'm loving that we're back in the thousands. Keep it coming, keep it coming. What does this tell us too? Do we have some seasonality we might be seeing?
Yeah.
February is the new spring. Get ready, you guys. Has your traffic picked up? Traffic in your listings? Nodding, yes, nodding, right? Is he ready?
Hugely
Huge.
in the last 2 weeks. I
Yeah.
mean, from like 2 people a week to 15 people a week.
That's right. Yeah. So this is what I'm telling everyone, especially those that are new or transferring from another place. Right now, you need to move fast. You need to be ready to take advantage of the spring market. Now is your time. Now's the time to make hay while the sun's shining. Baby, the sun's shining. Right? Sun is shining. All right, what's interesting, 53 average days on market for closed listings in those counties. I think, what was it, 45 days, did you say, Kelly? 45, yeah, we're at 53 in these areas, 53 for average. 2.5 months of inventory. I expect that to go down a little bit in March. Seasonality, right? I expect to see that to go down a little bit, right? So we're still seeing, this is on a daily basis. So if you're tracking on a daily basis, this is good, but 8,448 listings. We need more. Go get more. Go get more. Okay. We're gonna skip over this. Home sales. 6.1 million homes in 2021, 5 million in 2022. I want you to take a look at this. And this is something that Jason covered yesterday. So it's gonna be really great. You guys go to KW Connect. In your search window, put in family reunion vision slides. Family reunion 2023, they're out. They are on KW Connect. you can actually watch the entire vision speech that Gary did. So there's the state of the economy and the state of the industry, which is where he goes over all of these. So here's what, did it feel like you dropped off a cliff about July of last year?
Yeah.
Well, you did. Right? We did. We dropped off a freaking cliff. And we're all going, what in the world is happening? I think I had a conversation with somebody, it was either you or Marinelli, maybe you, but it was like, oh my gosh, the house has been listed for 7 days and I got no offer. Get used to it, because the market has shifted, right? So, yeah, we went off a cliff here, and in 2023, it looks like we're probably gonna be somewhere around here. I want you to look at historically, when is the other time what year is the other time we had 5 million listings? What year? That's right. What was happening in 2007? Y'all remember what happened in 2008?
Yeah, that's whole
Okay,
mortgage. Subprime.
bam, dropped. Right, dropped. Now this was due to a crisis, to a bubble. This is due to lack of inventory. And can somebody tell me what the interest rate, what inflation rate is today? As of the end of January, can somebody tell me what the inflation rate was? 6.43. The high was last June at 9%. So the government will force inflation because affordability got up to about 24% of your income to buy a house. That's not cool, right? That's not cool. So what does the government do? They go, whoa, 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 we gotta stop these prices from going up. We gotta put the kibosh on this. We're gonna stop this. And what do? They raise the interest rates. They raise the prime, which consequently raised the mortgage interest rates to slow it down because affordability became a problem. So the government will do that. They will overreact, and then when we should be lowering it, they'll delay in lowering it because they're always a little slow.
What is it now, did you say?
I'm sorry,
What is it now, you say?
affordability, it was 24%.
Inflation.
6.43 at the end of June, or end of January. So we'll see what it shakes out at the end of February. All right, questions on this? Ahas, what do you see here?
Average market.
Yeah. And we're right at the median line.
We are. So if you just looked at at the last 5 years, you would think, oh gosh. No. When you look, this is all par for the course. This is not a bad thing, but we still need more inventory because buyer demand is still high. Here's the good news, because this is kind of like, what? You're just like, wow. But this, I want you to see, what is the average appreciation rate? 4%. So what we're seeing, we were at 12% above the trend line at $386,000 was the average house. Last year, it went as high as 382,000. We are projected to be around 357,000 for an average house by the end of this year. So what does this say? The last this is the third highest price in history. You're making more money by doing the same things that you did 3 years ago. Housing prices went way up, and do we get paid per unit or per commission? Do we just
Dollar volume.
dollar volume? So if that house is $333,000, your commission is $10,000. If the house is $500,000, your commission is $15,000. So when housing prices go up, do your commissions go up? Yeah, baby. And it's nice, right, Corey?
Question, so the 382 number in orange, that's the projected for this year.
Yeah.
What was the 367?
So the 357, that's where the trend line should be. Oh, should be, okay. Yeah, that's where the trend line should be. So that's great news because when you look at the total market volume, again, y'all are making more money than you've ever made. Historically, you're making more money ever in history. Do prices go, do houses depreciate or do they appreciate? They appreciate. Even if we got back to the 4% appreciation, does it make sense to own a home? Yeah, right, it does. So you're still making more money because of the volume, because of the prices of the houses.
That's not the only reason. Oh,
No.
you know, the fact that your mortgage payment basically stays the same.
You're locked in, your expenses are locked in. What else?
Well, there can be tax benefits, although since they increased the standard deduction,
Yes.
that's not.
Sometimes
as
it's more
beneficial.
it out.
But
Yeah.
also, you know, you can have your taxes and insurance go up a little bit, but otherwise, you know, as your income may go up, those your most expensive outlay stays relatively the same.
You can control your expenses by owning your own home, because do rents go up? Guaranteed, right, Susan?
All the government plan had no work on the rentals are out of control.
They are.
Out of control.
Yep.
And that's where the huge majority right now, the young people and the class people.
Yeah. That's right.
Georgia has no rent caps.
So they can just keep, and you bet. You bet, they're gonna raise those prices. They're gonna continue to raise those prices. So owning your own home locks in your budget. Right, locks it in. Questions on this or ahas? One thing that I didn't point out is this right here. 1.6 million agents through the United States at the end of 2022. 1.6 million. 1 million in 2011. 1.89 agent count, 1.3 million. When you've got this the dollar value in trillions. So dollar value in trillions, 1.3 million, all the way back into 1999, there were only 761,000 agents in the US. Right now, we have 1.6 million. This is going to drop.
Yes.
This is going to drop. Right? So that means when that drops, who picks up the market share?
I do.
We do. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. We were born in a shift. Keller Williams was born in a shift. We wrote the book on shift. We thrive in a shift because we teach you how to thrive in a shift. Right? All right. So yes, that agent count will go down, but your market share will go up. So now how do you feel?
Good.
You feel good, right? This, you feel good? This, you better feel motivated. I want you to feel motivated, not discouraged, because you're going to make more money this year than you've made. Let's go, right? Any questions? Ahas. How does this help you?
We can educate the consumer, because we're going against the media. The media has a whole different story on the numbers. And it's a great opportunity for us to broadcast for free via YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and be the market expert of choice. So it's our best time.
It's our best time because we stay educated. We are the education company that happens to do real estate, and this is why we are the market experts. So the media is always going to tell your client now is not the right time to buy a house. Well, Dave Ramsey says differently. The data says differently. So you need to say differently, and this helps you.
I mean, even a conflict of that, you've got NAR that's got Atlanta, Georgia in particular to be the top market. And the top market, Marietta, Sandy Springs, and you've got Realtor.com, read an article that Atlanta or Georgia is gonna be one of the worst markets. Like total opposites. Like, so that's why you have to help your clients become that economist. And also real quickly, there was a really great slide in the slide deck from Gary and Jay, the rent versus own.
So good.
Yeah, that hopefully we can pull out. And
Yeah, we'll do
send it
that
out
next week.
specifically.
Yep.
Cause it was so great of showing people how year over year, if you own, if you just invest, and then it was, renting and investing, and then renting and 10% investing, on how your net worth will go, be a difference of 234,000 if you own, down to 66 if you're renting with only 10% invested. So it's huge, and it's a
Yeah,
great
that
visual.
slide was really, really powerful.
Yeah.
I was a bit confused when he was going over.
It
it.
took me forever to
I
figure
was
out
like,
what.
wait, invest with the 10%, investing the difference. I'm glad I wasn't the only one that was a bit
No,
confused
it's hard.
about
I've
that.
had many conversations with many people.
Good.
And it's the 1 through 10 years to show you how much you will in 10 years, the differential of what someone's net worth will end up being in that 10-year period, owning,
Versus
renting and
renting.
investing, or renting and only sort of investing.
Let's cover that next week
Yeah.
and let's dig into that and you can dive in a little bit with that. All right, so. Okay, total market, mortgage rates. This is also a really good one, guys. This is the average all the way back to 1972. This is the average, 7.81%. This is a historical average since 1990, 5.97 since 1990. So right now, the average through 2022 was 5.34. So our guys, were houses being sold at 18% interest?
Yes.
Did you buy one?
15 and a half.
13.
Yeah. Yeah, mine was 15.
Rates used to be 16%, and they still won't help.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
And people like to say, oh, but the houses cost less. Well, guess what? Our income was less too.
Your income, your cost of living. There was another slide there where it actually showed the difference, and we'll show that next week
Yeah.
too, where the difference between where they account for inflation over the years and they look at actual cost versus, well, if everything stayed the same, this is how, this would be the difference. It was powerful. So we'll show that one too. You guys go back, go to KW Connect, pull this up. So much good information, such great information. Okay, here we go. Take out your phones, scan it. Now, this is freaking amazing. So I want the family reunion panel to come on up here and share your goodies. Go ahead and click there, Raven, if you wouldn't mind. And let's just open up, social media one. Scroll down a little bit more there. Okay, open the social media one there. You guys, do you see how many pages there are? There are 25 pages to this playbook. One thing that Michael Delchero and I were talking about earlier is that, you know, with KW, we often say that we're drinking from a fire hose. And I would, you know, I don't know about you, Sam, but when we would go to family reunion, you're taking utopia, like so many. And then.
Oh, yeah, we got the greens and
I would stay a day afterward, just so that we could organize our notes and figure out how we were gonna implement what we had just learned, right? And I'll tell you, it was where I would say, wow, I just wish they would like give this stuff to us. They're giving it to us. There is no other company that does playbooks like this. This is a 25-page playbook on how to use social media in your business. There are playbooks for open houses. There are playbooks for door knocking. There are playbooks for the 72 sold, for newsletters. It's amazing, right? So and these are available to you. So as soon as you scan those, it downloads into your Google Drive. Because everybody knows you have a Google Drive as part of your office bill. Use it. Google Drive is part of your office bill. So please use that. This is amazing stuff. So I want you to, your takeaway from today, I hope one of the takeaways is, that's freaking awesome. And I downloaded those playbooks. Okay, so once you scan that, it should download everything into your Gmail account, your Google Drive. Okay? Isn't that cool? It's worth coming today, just for that, right?
Yes.
All right.
It's the recipe book.
No, they make it Susan proof. Like, you all hear me saying that all the time. It's like, how many of us get in our own way? It's like, I need to keep it simple, stupid. And
Yeah.
it really helps with that.
Yeah.
While we're on that social media thing, Westland is going to be teaching a workshop on next Friday on social media. Bring your phone. You are going to make reels. It's live, so do not be afraid. Doesn't matter what you look like that day, because we're going to do it.
Yeah. All right, so let's jump out. Thank you so much, Raven. I appreciate that. So yeah, that is now in the drive for you. And they're just gonna continue to give these to us. Every event, everything that they're just gonna continue to roll this stuff out. So I think it's pretty cool. All right, let's click back over and thank you. Okay. I think we can maybe take that off and let's just go camera. Awesome. All right, you guys. So those of you who did not go to family reunion, welcome to family reunion. All right. Yeah. All right, so tell me.
Most nice.
Yeah, most likely.
What, you, Jan?
Get ready.
First of all, I want to say, for anybody that's not been to family reunion, you hear about it all the time, but you don't know what it really is. Doesn't matter, go anyway. Ask questions because it's amazing. I didn't go for the first few years. I've been 3 years. It was amazing the first year, but every year it gets better because you understand it more, you understand the theme and what's going on. And if you don't understand, there's lots of us that go or have been, so you just attach yourself. I attached myself to Susan and she just kind of dragged me around.
You attach yourself to Susan.
Yeah,
Yeah.
everybody attaches themselves to Susan. Susan knows everybody. But it is.
But that's
just
why you go.
So
Hear that.
informative and it's so much fun. You meet people. I've got cards from people from Hawaii. I got somebody from Alaska. Last year I met somebody from the Philippines.
Portugal.
You know, and you create these relationships and referral partners. And it's really truly amazing. My whole week's been filled up with, you know, people sending me emails and text messages saying, hey, it was great meeting you. And, you know, I sent out a bunch of cards to them. And so hopefully, you know, moving forward, you know, I will have some great referral partners.
That's
right. But
How many of you are in bold right now? Yeah, I totally cheated. I met over 100 new people at family reunion. I've talked to them. I've sent them cards. I've texted them, got my numbers done. So I can go in tomorrow with a very clear conscience.
there you go. Oh, 100.
Yep.
Smart gal right there.
Working it.
So take a look at your notes and because we all kind of get different things. This was Leah's first time at family reunion.
Mine too.
Yours too. Was that your first time too?
No, it's my third time.
And this was Melody's first time.
She was in her prime. It was really fun to see.
It was, oh my gosh,
She was
she
having the
was
best
in her
time.
element because you know how social our Miss Sunshine was. She was totally in her element.
She
So
wins for most influential photos or
Yeah.
like photos with everybody.
oh yeah.
Jay, Jason, whoever else.
Lovely.
Yeah.
So since we're on Mel, tell me some things that you learned that, and what was the whole experience for you? Because This was your first time, and
Oh
as an,
my
as an
gosh.
employee, what was that like?
Let me tell you, if you have not been to family reunion, you need to go. You need to save your money now for next year.
Then Vegas.
Vegas,
Vegas,
Vegas.
baby.
So I'm telling you, it's an awesome experience and I want to thank my leadership team for allowing me to go. And I had an awesome, I did a wellness group, you know, I got up at 7:30, meditated. Oh my, it was unbelievable. The people you meet and the cards you get, the people you talk to. Lee said that they would text, where's Mel? They said she's probably on stage somewhere, you know. So, you know, it was a great experience that at least once in your lifetime here at Keller Williams, please go to family reunion. It gets you re-energized, it gets you, you just see the people and the love that's in the room. You know, and the people that you meet, like Susan said, I got a card from Mexico, Belize, cause I'm going on those trips, you know,
Yeah.
and stuff like that. So you meet a lot of different people. The classes, the breakout classes were awesome. I took a class, Leah and I did the calendar training. And it's amazing how you look at your calendar, you're like, oh, we're on it. But the way other people had opportunities, like they do door knocking, where, you know, when everything's back, we're back, offices at 100, we get to knock on the churros office. Hey, we can do door knocking in-house. And so when you're ready to go out and do it in person, you practice.
Oh, that's
It's like trick or treating. You know, you're gonna get some, you know, script playing and everything. So that was awesome. I truly enjoyed that class. And I enjoyed the Tom and Joanne class and everything. And they're who, by the way, you know,
So funny.
as a couple, but the way they built their empire is awesome. And their legacy they're gonna leave for their family is truly, it was great. There was another couple on stage. They talked about how they balance their work life and their marriage and everything. So it was great. It was a great opportunity.
Yeah, I'm glad you went. It was really fun to watch you. It was so fun to watch you. And because, you know, if you're a high I, if you're a big time social networker as she is, it was so fun. It was so fun. And this one went as well. What did you get, Raven?
Well, I got a lot of things from it, mostly about smart plans and implementing that with you guys and helping you guys learn more about that as well. But one of the things that I really loved was the two speakers, Ed Milet and Molly.
Fletcher.
Fletcher.
Fantastic.
She said something that was just really powerful to me. She said, the success rarely comes as a lightning bolt. It usually is the product of showing up every single day and chipping away at those tasks. And I just thought that was so, you know, all these times we look at other people and you'll see someone in the office, or you might see another real estate agent, and you're like, wow, they're doing so well. It just fell on them. But it doesn't just fall on them. You know what I mean? They're doing the activities, they're doing the work. You know, sometimes you get a lucky family member in here and there, but it's really just making sure that you're doing those activities. Another really awesome thing was some of the numbers that I saw, where only about 10% of agents actually call their database more than 5 times a month. And they were saying, though, that the people who do call their database at least 5-6 times a month plus, 81% of those deals close. 81%, and only 10% of agents are doing it. Only 10%.
So you're talking about during the transaction?
Yeah, during the transaction.
Well, how many of you have tried calling the other agent and they don't even pick up the phone and you can't reach them for 2 weeks?
Yeah.
Can you imagine if they're obviously not communicating with their clients, right?
Yeah, and I just thought that was really great information. Implementing those smart plans, really using those smart plans that are already there for you, and just not feeling like you have to recreate the whole wheel. Like the tools are there, the success is already there, the playbook's right there. You don't have to make it all new. You don't have to get in your head about it. Just go and do it. And that was a really great experience while I was there.
Yeah. Yeah. Are you glad you went?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Melody and we were joking that you guys, Robin and Aaron, all of them always come back like, woohoo! You know, excited. Yeah. Get it. It was exciting. It was fun. It was so informational and not just on a real estate level, but on the life level as well. Total mindset change.
Like I said, it's amazing and, you know, don't go thinking, oh, it's one big party, because we did party, we had a lot of fun, meeting with
After
people,
5,
hanging out, you know, after classes. But I got more than 10,000 steps every day.
Oh,
yeah, I
average 15.
You know, we walk, we go to classes, we go to lunch, we go back to classes and some more classes. And, you know, it was such an amazing learning opportunity. And the things that you get,
Yeah.
right?
I mean, it's an that's, in the industry, Keller Williams does these immersion events like no other. You take a, I come from high tech, and so it reminded me of just those immersion events where so I went to Mega Camp and then I went to Family Reunion. I walked in the door, same thing again. You just sit there, you just go, 10,000 people, y'all, 10,000. And that's just a smidgen of what Keller Williams is all about. But it's the inspiration, it's the energy of all these agents and leaders from all over the world. And you're all learning. I mean, take that sharing and caring vibe to this level that's like unheard of, right? This is what they're doing. I mean, you think like, okay, we're in Atlanta, what they're doing is, of course, it's applicable. Agents' issues are agents' issues, right? Whether they're, you know, whether they're, and most of them, of course, that were their top producing agents, but they're sharing what's working for them, and you're taking something from a different area. It's like, we can do that here, right? We can totally do that here. But the thing, I'm gonna come on lunch in right now. But
Yeah,
the-
lunch
the-
in. Let's
let's
leave these
go.
guys with some real
The-
nuggets. that they
Okay,
can
so
take.
Ed Milet, I want you guys to write this down. I want you guys to read it. I want you to listen to this podcast. Ed Milet is the keynote speaker. He is the.
Spell his last name,
I'm gonna do it.
M-Y-L.
It is, okay, I've heard about him. I was listening to him a couple years ago in his talk. He does a podcast, and the book he wrote was The Power of One More. Okay, that room was full, and he talked about, not a lot of things, but it's the power of one more. There's a podcast, okay? Listen to the podcast. He's a motivational speaker. It's not both the highest paid speaker in the world, okay? And there's a reason.
Cry in that room.
Oh, God.
It's such an
Okay,
emotional
but this
thing.
is it. Like, here's his key points. He said, surviving the temporary pain that you're experiencing right now to get to the other side, which is a better you. Isn't that what we do every day? When it's living outside your comfort zone, it's going to that other side. It's that when the motivation and the inspiration you need has to be greater than the adversity that you're experiencing today. Okay, because the adversity that you're experiencing today, if it's okay with you, you'll sit there forever, okay? Until the pain gets so great, you've got to jump over to the other side. And he was really all about urgency too. And this is what really spoke to me. Okay, he had a lot of adversity in his life. But you know, the power of one more is doing one more thing, one more practice, one more whatever to get you to the other side. He coaches athletes, but it's the urgency of taking action today. The success, I love this one too. Success is not a lack of vision, okay? A vision of where you want to be. It's the depth perception issue, because you think it's farther than it is. Okay, it doesn't have to be that far. It could be tomorrow, it could be next week, but if it's always out there, you will never, ever, ever get there if you never strive to get through that pain. One more try, one more day, one more phone call, one more appointment, just one more, okay? I love this one. If today was your last day, and this is where everybody's crying, today was your last day, right? Is this it for you? I mean, is this the legacy you want to leave? Are you done? Because again, we always think, I'm going to do that someday. I am going to make this amount in real estate someday, but not today, right? Why can't it be today? And the other one was, are you the one? I love this one too. This is what I love about real estate. It's a game changer. I don't care where you are in your life, but it can be the game changer. It's the only industry that I know of that through just true grit, you can, I thought about the other day when awards night, right? Rookie of the year. Joanne Curtin was rookie of the year. And look at where she is today. She has an MRE 18. She was a preschool teacher. I don't mean that in a, do you see what I mean? She just, that's what we're doing. Carrie, rookie of the year. Look at where she is today. Westland, rookie of the year. You can have the ability in our career, in real estate, to break the cycle of whatever adversity that you feel, your family, whatever it is that you come from. And I realized that, you can break the cycle of your lineage. My father did, my parents immigrated from the Philippines. Knew the language very well, my mother, not at all. He was a janitor, and for some reason, I don't know how he knew this, but he knew to keep the house that we lived in. It took my sisters were 20 years older than me. It took all my three siblings, my two parents, to be able to afford to buy their first house. It was, I think, $4,000 in California. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, baby shush, that happened. Okay. He had the wherewithal to keep it. Okay. And he kept it. And every time we moved, next up, he would keep the house. Okay. And no one even told him how to do this. But that real estate did change the trajectory. I was the first person to go to college in my family. Real estate, I started off. Okay, and when I was a starting grade, my parents didn't go to school. Okay, my children now have gone to school. But here's how you can change, through adversity. I know a lot of you have known this about me. I've been in real estate for about 17 years. I've started over so many times, y'all. It's disgusting. That 2008 thing fell off a cliff so far. I'm still there. Okay, so when my husband passed away in 2018, I had to start all over again. COVID hit, I started all over again. And 3 years later, I was minus, this is hysterical, minus $10,000. Now what that looks like? Minus $10,000, not good. Okay, across the board, okay? I was the one that would open the credit card things like, okay, cool, I got more credit cards, right? But okay, so 3 years later, actually 3 years later, started all over, and now I'm going to buy my first house again. It was just real estate, because real estate doesn't care what happened yesterday. Okay, it doesn't care what career you had yesterday, what you're going to do today, and what you're going to choose to do today. Okay, so there you go. Inspiration number 101. Power of one.
Oh my gosh, I got so much. One of my favorite things with Molly, it was who deserves my energy. How many of us have clients that are bloodsuckers?
Yep.
Like they're draining you, like you take them to buy a house, put an offer in, they don't get it, or then they change their mind. So that was like a big thing for me. Like, you know what, those clients can go to somebody else. I'll find somebody else to serve them better because I'm too nice. They need someone who's harder. I have a lot of notes here, actually.
Or take them to new construction and drop them off. and
Yeah,
then
really?
pick up later.
Exactly. Probably one of my favorite sessions, I did a lot at the Real booth, but my favorite session is I went to one of the TikTok sessions, which was hysterical because I told my family, hey, go into a TikTok session. My kids were like, no, Mom, you promise you never go on TikTok. What I loved is because how many of you here feel that you're not on TikTok, so you're totally behind the curve? Because I felt that way. The best part of the panel was they were all like, you don't want to do TikTok? Don't do TikTok. Do what you like. Do what's comfortable for you. If you're doing Facebook and Instagram, do it. You don't have to have a YouTube channel. You don't have to have TikTok. You don't have to be dancing crazy things if that's not you. But the biggest message from all of
Just get
them.
Mel to do it for you.
Exactly. She's awesome at that, by the way. But the biggest thing from all of them, they're like, be authentic. Show yourself walking the dog. Show yourself on that day when the kids are having a meltdown and you are too, show them your highs, your lows, make you real, make you approachable, because that's what's going to kind of be the hook that get people to want to work with you. Because they're like, wow, I want to work with her because she has days like I do. And like, I don't want to see a perfect everything and only real estate. Don't only post about real estate, post about other things. And we've all heard this 1,000 times. And if you haven't, here's another one, but become the expert in your area. Like Wesleyan does that. She is like Queen of Dunwoody. And we know that if you watch anything of hers, that's what she is. Become that expert, go to restaurants, go to parks, walk down by the river, whatever's in your area, add those in. One of the guys he says about every month and a half, and he has his numbers where 80% of his business comes from Instagram, people he doesn't know. 20% are friends, the other 20%, 60% Instagram, 20% friends, 20% referrals. And he, every month and a half, goes out with a film crew. He's got a buddy who's got a camera who's good, who he met along the way somewhere, and they film content in about a 4-hour period. for the next month and a half, 2 months. So he has it already. Like you could do that on a weekly basis. Like if, you know, if you're doing a cooking show, if you're adding stuff in with like cute chickens or whatever, and you want to kind of pepper in life, real estate, whatever, go ahead and do it. Change a couple shirts. It's not gonna be hard. Have a tripod. Like you don't need a film crew. You don't need to spend money on it. That's another thing. All of them, most of them were like, for the longest time, they didn't have anyone else helping them. They were just doing it. And it's been very, very,
Several of them said, get a ring light, a
Yeah.
tripod, and use your iPhone. Because they bought expensive cameras, but
yeah.
All on Amazon.
And like have one of the, what are they, dongles or whatever to walk through there. There's one, oh, what's her name? She's out of South Carolina, Columbia. She is, so she's an expert because she is a military wife. And she's been in real estate for 2 years and she has done, I want to say almost 40 million in transactions in the 2 years. And she specializes with military families who are moving. She knows how that feels. You know, so do what you know, don't try to recreate yourself. That was like clearly the most important thing. And I was like, I knew it. Why was I thinking I had to do something else? So that was great. And there were all sorts of other nuggets there. So many different things.
All right, we've got 5 minutes left. All right, so Anne and Jan.
Okay, I'm gonna encapsulate this as best I can. I would say my biggest, oh my God, in fact, it was so impactful, was to get there and see this big company in motion. And this is where I come from, right? In times, any time in life, but in times of crisis, you want to be under a good leader. Because as the leader goes, so does everybody else, whether you like it or not. It's a principle that is tested over time. And when I was there, well, first of all, I love that lady that is over there, so I'm not cool about that. But in addition to that, it's true, because it really applies, right? But in addition to that, my goodness, Gary Keller was there, giving it his best. Mo was there. I mean, Mark King gave him like a very heartfelt speech. And the outcome of that is like, wow, we have a fantastic umbrella, right? A company built by agents for agents to really support us in this season. And I thought, I left that thinking, and I've been doing this is my 24th year in real estate. And I left it, not tell because I'm like 35. And so, but that's right. But I left there thinking, I am absolutely 100% convinced that for us agents, this is the best company to be, the best company. We're under an umbrella of safety because Gary Keller is plowing, you know, he's going like the buffalo. He's going into the storm and he's the first one over there. And because of that, guys, we're going to be able to thrive. That was number one. It just changed me forever. That excitement of like how they did all that. And like all of us were waiting to enter the room and they're like 10,000 people. I mean, it's just amazing. But primarily was the leadership. Second, Molly Flesher is something that really spoke to me. She's a sports agent. She deals in a men's world. She's a fantastic woman. She was so cute. You can tell she is like completely like almost a dude, right? Got it. But
In heels.
In heels, yes, in heels. But she said something that stuck with me. And I know that Tim Gruber, who trained Michael Jordan, said the same thing. And it's this: winners are defined by how fast they recover from adversity. That's the definition. If I sit there, we're all going to have setbacks. We're going to fall down. We're going to feel bad about ourselves. We're going to get depression. You name it, it's going to happen. But how fast you recover is what's going to determine your absolute future. And then one last thing I want to share, because I've been having my PC group going after this for like the last 4 months. So hopefully they're getting it out. And it's the fact that YouTube can launch your business exponentially. I sat on a panel with 4 average 30-year-old newer agents, one 25 million production, the other one's 13, the other one 100 million, the other one's 37 million. 70% of that production on average came from YouTube. Wow. And they did not have any cameras, fancy cameras. They started their own way. It takes about 4 to 5 months. Actually, I have told my team that advertising agencies have measured this phenomenon. It takes about 7 hours of content on Facebook to shorten the buying cycle because the consumer believes you and likes you and trusts you. So therefore, they're gonna call you and they're gonna say, I'm coming down to Georgia. I need to see you. Let's buy a house. So whatever you do, get on it. That's my.
So I'm
Love
just
that.
gonna do
Love
one
that.
thing. The number one thing that I took away is that we have to double down. If we lead generate now 2 hours, we need to do it for 4 hours. And they said that this year's gonna be hard. This year, if you double down, you're likely only gonna do what you did last year, but you're gonna come out on the other side doing way better next year than you did this year or the year before, because you doubled down in your business all year long. And that's going, we all know that real estate is at minimum a 90-day cycle. So if we double down for a year and we have build this massive pipeline, by 2024, we are gonna have massive businesses. And then I want to share one event that somebody did. I'm sorry, I'm sharing an event. I went to a land class, and this is thinking outside the box, and they partner with a lot of people, and they happen to sell land. And instead of an open house, they did a roping house. So they had a team roping event and invited all these massive people to it and showed the property at the same time. So, and that was another big thing that came out of it, was think outside the box. Just think of something different that nobody else is doing, or somebody in another state is doing, that you can bring into your business to make you stand out.
Yeah, I love that. What'd you get out of this? Take one thing that you heard that you want to take with you.
Double down.
Double down. Love it.
Can I share one thing too?
No.
So
Just one minute.
It is so much, 2 more hours.
I know these events are not free. They cost, but if you save $200, $250 a month until next year this time, you will have paid for family reunion to go. So put that in your budget, start saving to go to these events, because they really will make a difference in your business, in your referral partners. I have referral partners all over the world now, and it's the best thing ever. And I love calling them.
So what's
And
your
talking to them.
average referral check?
Average referral check is probably 3,800.
Okay, so we tracked this
Yeah.
whenever we go, and it really does cost between 3,000 to 4,000
Yep.
by the time hotel, flight,
Flights
and the
ticket.
tickets there, because it's only 800 for the ticket, right?
Correct.
But those two were horrible. I mean, they were.
Michael, throw great parties, so you get to
Yes,
eat
they
free,
do, right?
so you're not even paying for dinner.
So one referral check took care of your whole family
Correct.
reunion experience.
Correct.
So this is where, yeah, it does cost money, but if you work that right, do you have to do it? No,
It's worth every penny.
but
It
it's
really,
worth-
really
It's
is.
worth it. It's worth
Yeah.
it.
Talk to your CPA.
Yeah,
Watch your
Oh,
CPA.
it's like
It's-
it's expensive.
Yeah,
you
if it's
got
an
to use
expense.
it. So you get to write all of
Yeah.
it off, except for the shopping.
Except for the shopping.
and I remember
Unless you buy.
somebody, who was, it that I gave a referral for Greenville in the last week? Oh, somebody, and it's not even like gonna be my referral, it was just like one of my referral partners, I hooked up with someone in the office.
Yeah.
And like, I know a Starbucks cards, I'm tracking my Starbucks cards this year.
Yeah.
Because I'm also really good at connecting, if you need someone in Seattle or wherever, I got a guy. Or a girl, I need somebody. Yeah.
All right, you guys, what I want you to take away from this is that others have gone before you. Others have gone before us, and they're doing it at a high level. And so there isn't, you can pick up the phone and call anybody that was on those panels, and they will talk to you.
Mhm.
Any of them, right?
They're so approachable.
They are, and it's just, we all started someplace, right? And they will absolutely do that. One more, Kathy, and we're leaving.
For the feeds recordable, like, can they go back now and look at Mark? And
They didn't really
The
record
business
much
speech
this
was
year.
recorded,
Correct.
and the state of the company was recorded, but I don't believe.
But
we're
not
gonna
the
release
breakout.
Yeah, none of the sessions I was at.
The
got camera.
playbooks, yes, but the recordings, no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They wanna encourage you.
Sam, do you know any differently?
You have to get approved by legal before you come for distribution.
Correct. Make sure that
Okay,
the
that's good.
NCPA.
Are you going to Vegas, Leah?
My least favorite city in the world.
It's gonna be so much fun. They shot it. It's gonna be so much.